Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of A Knight's Ransom. Please don't mind the fact that my TV is on in the background. I am watching The Young Pope, which features Jude Law and is incredibly interesting, if a bit dry. It's the last day of Pride Month, which means that tomorrow our Pride shirts, well, they aren't going to be on sale anymore. They're still going to be in the store, but getting them for that low price is going to disappear until next Pride Month. Maybe. Hopefully. It's up to you guys. If you guys keep buying our merch, we can make sure that we've got sales coming out for you. If you're looking around in chat, just hit !merch, and it'll bring you to the link for our Streamlabs. The Streamlabs store. In addition, are you looking for other merchandise that you can wear that bears our logo? I would show you, but I'm currently wearing a Captain America shirt. Once the cameras switch over to in-game, Fred, who is also known as Mama Bear, is wearing one of our very own Pride shirts, so you should definitely check it out, see what it looks like on her. But if you want more merch, if you want different things with merch on it, or with our logo on it that you can then buy for yourself or buy for your friends, head on over to our Discord server, and the Eclectic Emporium channel in the server will soon have a list of options. We want to know what you want to see. And of course, as always, we'd like to thank D&D Beyond, which is a wonderful repository of everything 5e, from homebrew to official content. So, let's hop into this game. Okay. When we last left this group of adventurers, 3 of them are currently stuck in an unfortunate pit of their own trusting nature. Fred. Others were kidnapped. As a pair, Monric and Sasha managed to work their way into the garden, which was devoid of any people whatsoever, fought a master of cruelty, and was then met by... Hang on, checking my own notes. Well, I didn't even write down what the character's name was. Whoops. Was it not Falcon?
Yes.
Okay. They were met by Falcon, who was one of the animal masked people that follow Redmark. They led the party down into the down into the catacombs below the city, where they ran into a tabaxi, whom Sasha promised to rescue should they protect his armor. And now, with no light and no way to see, Sasha is leading both Monric and Nathan further into the catacombs, while Karasef, well, Sasha, what does Karasef see?
Well, actually, without a description, because I sent the picture to him. But also, on this topic, what does Karasef smell like? Because unfortunately, if it is a different scent, I would notice.
Yes, I understand that. He does smell a little bit different. Like, you can tell that he's not human. There seems to be a certain ethereal quality to him, but it's not really something you've ever smelt before.
Uh-oh, stinky.
No,
What would
not
ether smell like?
like
I'm getting like a lemon pine scent in my head, and I don't think that's right.
What does he smell like? Angel food cake? Is that what it is?
Pine Sol.
Sure, I smell like angel food cake.
I like angel food cake.
Do
Angel
you
food
though?
cake with cream.
Do you? I need to
Oh,
double
that's
check something
funny.
because you may not. You may smell like something else.
I'm just sitting here imagining Karasef walking around in a cloud of what could only be thought of as Pine Sol.
No, he's got them like wipes that just smell like lemon, constantly like cleaning his hands. You know, that's what I'm smelling. What do you got in your pockets? That smells like
Actually, you know
lemons.
what? No, he does. He does actually smell like lemons. But it's like a freshly made lemon loaf.
I was about to say sour.
No, he smells like a freshly made lemon loaf.
Okay.
And he always smells like a freshly made lemon loaf.
Oh, so he's like a breath of fresh air everywhere we go.
Yes. Even when his personality may not match that.
Sounds
That
like
scowl
it could
does
get
not
annoying.
match the way you smell, but it's okay. I never say that, so it's fine.
It's okay. How would you know that I'm scowling?
That's true. Your scary mask, your scary outfit does not match the way you smell.
Yeah, well, I can't help it.
You smell like oak or something. Burning fire. Okay, Karasef sees, like, of course, he sees, like, the same, like, this tall elf-looking man, with, brown hair and a pale streak in his bangs, and, this sort of gnarled and twisted scar that moves from his neck into the collar of his shirt, and then up over the side of his face. Do you want his eye color? Are you looking that hard?
I mean, I have the picture in front of me.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, his eyes are blue with specks of brown.
I see that.
He's got partial heterochromia.
Interesting. Not quite what I imagined you would look like.
Oh, I should mention and remind everybody, every so often, Sasha is growling like a feral wolf.
Absolutely fucking not.
Is that not your plan?
No.
I'm 90% sure it was.
Yeah, it is, but I've already wolfed out. Why would I be randomly growling?
I didn't realize you had wolfed out. I thought you were just gonna imitate the sound.
Not yet. Nope. I haven't done it yet.
Okay.
I'm waiting till we get closer and until I know that I am close to people.
Gotcha.
Don't do it, it's a trap.
Also, if the growls get somebody's attention because, wow, we're absolutely insane. Why do I hear growling? Perhaps may come look. Prize! No, he's not growling yet. He's not doing anything like that yet.
Okay.
If anything, he is just holding, he's holding, Monric's hand as he leads him through, and then my big friend, enter name here, has his hand on my shoulder.
Nathan?
Nathan, yep.
Wait,
Definitely
who's
remember
Nathan?
that. The barkeep.
The
For
barkeep came with us?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Wait, I might be confused here because I
He's
did
got a big
miss the-
weapon on
Where
him.
where
Bro.
are we right now?
You are currently in the Undercity.
Listen, what happens
Okay,
if we need
and
to
the barkeep came with us.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
okay.
Because I had no guarantee you were actually going to be able to make it this week.
Oh, okay, so he's gonna get hit in the head by a falling rock and be of no help. Got it.
That's not what I said, because you guys are now missing kitchen.
Yeah, we are
Oh
down
yes,
kitchen.
yes, very true.
I mean, kitchen's in a hole right now, so
But yeah, we can talk more about it later.
Okie doke. Let's
Okay.
shuffle along.
Fantastic. I need Sasha, Karaseth, and Monric to please give me wisdom saving throws.
Not this shit again.
Yes, this shit again.
Wait, I need to know if this counts the aura of protection, or is that just fighting?
Yes. No. It's anything. If you have to make a
Monric
save,
doesn't even need it, but Karaseth add 5.
All right, 18.
The actual paladin who should have, where the fuck's my dice? That should have high wisdom. Sir, what is your modifier? 3
0.
for a wisdom save?
So all right. Well, because I'm proficient in that, it's a 3. But my actual wisdom score, if you must know, is a 10.
I mean, my wisdom ain't great either, I won't lie to you.
to be fair, he's a paladin. He goes off charisma.
Oh, that's true. Paladins do go off of charisma. I'm thinking cleric. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I still have a decent wisdom. Don't talk to me.
It's alright. I got you, my dude.
Do I
Oh,
also
yeah,
get
no.
a +5 from?
You do.
Cool.
Because you get his modifier.
Yes. Delicious. We're just passing over each other's benefits. So his +5 and my +5, that's a 28.
Yes.
We
Amazing. You guys do manage to push forward. Although, it is a little bit of a struggle.
Am I hearing anything funky yet while we're walking?
Give me a perception check.
Does this one count plus or advantage? No.
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 No, because you're listening, not necessarily smelling.
Oh, I didn't. For some reason, I thought I had good ears.
You're only gonna get one. Do you want scent or do you
It's a
want
nat
hearing?
20, 25.
I guess it doesn't matter now, does it?
Sasha's eyes today are great. Good for him. Okay, perfect.
Amazing. Love it. Words are things, and yep, hang on. I'll get there. Okay. So, you hear a little bit. You hear a little bit of movement.
Okay.
You think it's just shuffling down the laneway?
Okay.
Not laneway, hallway. Nothing close enough yet for you to start doing the thing that you're planning on doing.
Okay.
As we sneak down this tunnel, in my head, I'm just picturing when Crunk was trying to sneak down the staircase, in the first new groove.
None of you are stealthy. Not a single one of you are stealthy, because you're all, except for Sasha now, you're all in armor.
I have the softest pads of feet. It's perfect.
Except, you're wearing boots, aren't you?
Oh, it's fine. Listen, tippy tappy feet. I know what I'm doing.
Tippy tappy feet. All right.
Is that what we're going with? Tippy tappy feet?
Have I never said that here?
No!
Huh.
Have I never said that here, he says.
What?
No, just no, you have never said that here before.
And they made a movie about
Right.
that.
Okay. I am sneaky. Everyone else is not. We're doing great.
Yep.
I am not the sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we're in really,
Yeah.
really dark right now, right? The few holes in my mask and what hair is coming out from underneath my hood is probably very faintly glowing.
Oh. An extra glowy boy. Like a firefly.
No, not quite that bright. Much fainter, like a glow stick that's about to be done.
Like, what is it? Lichen on a cave wall?
I can't say I've ever seen lichen on a cave wall that glows in real life, so I can't compare.
Oh. I'll find something.
But yes,
Okay.
yes, what you're thinking would be accurate, Quentin.
Okay. Pretty sure it's lichen.
Yes, it's like
It's like glowy.
I'm
moss.
sure it is. I've just never seen it. I'm Googling it now because I'm curious.
I don't know if it's called lichen now. I'm thinking Minecraft, you know? That little glowy stuff.
That's the right word for it.
It is lichen? I just spelled it wrong then.
It's spelled kind of
It's
like
kind of cracked me up though
lichen.
because I Google it and all I get is Minecraft.
Lichen. That makes
Yeah.
more sense.
Yeah, Lichen, right?
Yeah.
yep,
I
pronounced
Googled
lichen.
it and all I get is Minecraft.
Okay.
Yo, is that real?
I'm sorry, did you just ask if that rumor was real?
What? No. Sorry, I Googled the lichen images. I'm looking at something that I think has to be enhanced or very long exposure. But sorry, carry on.
Okay. Yeah. So you continue on. You hear movement in the hallways, but nothing that makes you think that it's anywhere close to you. You proceed like this for a good 15, 20 minutes with A, not running into anybody, and B, not sure where you're going. Gonna need you guys to give me a survival check, please. All three of you.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh.
Yeah, it's about what I expected actually.
16.
Okay.
Monarch, drop out those nat 20. Jesus.
Seriously.
He's wasting
Save
them all.
those for later.
Yeah.
I thought Falcon was leading. No, Falcon left. Never mind.
Falcon left.
Deserter.
Nope. Felt the absolute compunction to not be there because they have been there for a very long time, and the magic that is affecting them isn't affecting you guys quite as hard. Hashtag newcomers.
They've been in the city for a long time, not existing for a long time.
Yes.
Okay.
you would get the idea that this kind of magic would affect people who, like, live here. So, for example, your brother, Sasha, wouldn't feel any desire to be down here. Matter of fact, he would have turned and left about the same time Falcon did. Not because he's a deserter, but because the magic has affected him for so long that it's basically a permanent hold on him.
Okay.
'Tis not because he is weak, but because it is prolonged exposure. Magic is funky, ladies and gentlemen. So, you catch the scent of something, Sasha. It's faint, but for a moment, it smells like the most delicious food you have ever tasted. Very clearly done by Kitchen's hand.
Interesting.
Then it fades, and it was coming from a hallway to your right.
Okay. We should go right.
Lead the way.
You're in the lead.
And I will go right. I'll lead.
So are we just walking like one hand on the shoulder in front of you, moving on like that?
Well,
All of us?
Nathan and Monric are, unless you're pretending you also don't have dark vision.
If you pretend that right now, I'm going to be like, well, how can you see me? Why did you say not how I expected you would look?
You know, I just wanted to hold your hand, okay? I'm sorry.
I'm scared, okay? No. I never liked the dark.
I can cast light if we need it.
And give away our position?
Mm-hmm.
See, there we go. Perfect.
What?
No, we'll keep walking. This is fine.
Okay. All right, so you head down the right hallway. You hear more movement. It sounds like a group might be sitting down for dinner.
Okay. Before we get too close, is there like a door or a light or anything that I
No.
can see?
No.
What do these dudes eat in pitch darkness?
No, you're thinking it's more that the way that this place is constructed, the sound is carrying pretty far.
Okay. Then I will go until we are until light is noticeable.
Okay.
In such a way that like we are still fairly far off. Like it's still like we're still shrouded in darkness.
Okay.
So light is at the distance where we're gonna start making "don't go into the light" jokes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Okay.
That'll...
So once you're in range and pretty sure that they're going to be able to hear you, Sasha, what are you doing?
I am going to kind of halt the movement. I'm going to like just sort of like softly whisper to just stay back for a moment. And then I'll move forward a little bit. Enough that I can let the most sort of guttural, that's not the word I'm looking for, but it's like the right kind of aspect that I'm going in. Growl echo through the hallways. It's not very soft, it is very loud.
Okay. Well, you wanted to talk about giving away your position.
Yeah.
You hear from further down the hallway the absolute terrified, not terrified, but like the holy fuck, what was that?
Yeah.
The sound of chairs kind of hitting the ground.
Perfect.
I feel like
Well,
I'd probably have a very similar look on my face right now. Like, my helm just turned towards you, like, the fuck was that?
And then I will back down the hallway towards Karasef and Monarch. Letting actually Karasef, if you don't mind, I'm going to have you move to the front of us. Monarch, if there is a time that you want to cast light before this fight, perhaps that would be best. And then kind of move myself a little behind Nathaniel as well to the back lines for a moment. But as
I
I'm
will go ahead
moving
and
back,
cast light on my Warhammer.
I'm sorry?
I say I'll go ahead and cast light on my Warhammer.
I'm being behind the light.
okay, so you were like out of range of the light.
Yeah. Once I'm out of range, I will actually make another growl. A
Okay.
little bit of a softer one, and actually, hopefully, one that is a little bit longer. Kind of like a very low rumble. And then I will shift. I don't think. No, you did give me it. You gave me the fucking damage for that. There's no way you didn't.
I feel like I did. Did I not?
No, you did, but I didn't write down the damage.
We talked about the claws, and you didn't write down the damage.
No, because I didn't know when this was gonna come up. Leave me alone. Actually,
Because you.
oh, I see it. Never mind.
Got it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. The group of soldiers that approaches the four of you, have their weapons drawn, stating something of, always knew this was a bad idea. Fucking with the... Oh, we shouldn't be fucking with the god of death. The god of death sends terrible things. That's gonna be a Cerberus. I fucking guarantee you that's gonna be Cerberus. And... well, how do you feel there, Quentin? They think you're Cerberus.
It's fine. I mean, I do not. I can't really say that I'm not. So,
well, you're missing two heads, but
I mean, I only have a twin, so
yeah.
I don't have a third head. Well, I'm gonna stop. Continue.
Yep. No, it's all good.
I'm not gonna talk.
Oh my god.
I love it. Okay, so you they approach and they see your light and they see the three that are standing there and they're growling coming from behind them. Or from behind you guys. And they kind of skid to a stop and watch you with wary caution. How did you find your way down here? And how have you not been found by the Cerberus?
Sorry, just real quick. While that one was growling and attracting everyone towards us, and this one was casting light and attracting everything towards us, I'm sitting there going, I should probably pull out a weapon, and I'm going to manifest a short sword.
Okay.
Okay.
That works for me. Although, you say manifest a short sword, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, my I don't carry weapon. Well, I've got a couple javelins on my back since the start of the whole everything.
Oh, nope, I remember.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
good. I'm good. I just had to go quickly check your sheet. I'm good. I remember. That just took me a bit. Sorry.
All good.
I was like, what do you mean you manifest a short sword? Fucking excuse me? No, we're good. We're now on the same page.
Excellent.
So you have manifested a short sword out of...
thin air.
Who fucking knows? And you are prepared for battle. And these people have asked you, A, how the fuck did you get down here? And B, how did you not get killed by the Cerberus yet?
Well, you see, I'm a locksmith, and I'm a locksmith. No, I'm not sure how we got down here.
You entered through the garden, and then walked.
Yes, we followed the flowers.
We've come for our friends. Where are they?
Your friends. I can't say that we know what you're talking about.
I'm fairly
were
positive that you
taken.
are eating some of their food right now.
Go ahead and give me an insight check, Karasef and Monric.
While they're kind of being like, "Oh, we don't know where your friends are. I don't know what you're talking about." I'll growl again.
My rolls are awesome today so far.
He's did 7. Real great.
Yup,
Do
yup.
I get to make an insight or no?
Yes.
Thank fuck. Please don't screw me. 10.
Well, you're thinking that if he's right, that maybe he just hasn't been informed of who's currently in the holding cells.
All right.
But the growl definitely, there is 6 of them, and 3 of them immediately throw down their weapons and run.
Well, that was easy.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, son.
Half of you just fled.
Oh, sorry, that was Nathaniel behind you.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Nathaniel agrees with you. Like, yeah, no, that was fucking easy. I don't know what the hell's going on behind me, but I'm not gonna turn around and look because I like having both of my legs, the one that's still actually my leg, just the way it is. But he's just like, I wouldn't say that, son. The tougher ones are further in. I can taste it. Oh, right. You missed this description. Nathaniel has a giant saw blade attached, like, hanging off of his hip.
Okay.
And, not only does he have the saw blade hanging off his hip, but, like, his whole appearance makes him look like somebody who travels and does mercenary bounties for a living. Like,
Tough
the
barkeep.
tricorn hat, the long trench coat. He made himself bleed to heal the others. He's chugged 2 potions in the time that you guys have known him, and not healing potions. But yeah, Nathan is not to be trifled with. If you ever played Bloodborne, he's basically one of the hunters from Bloodborne. So yeah, as you guys stare down the 3 that are standing in front of you, what are you going to do?
You will take us to the holding pens, or you will be ended. That's your choices.
What he said.
Diplomatic.
Go ahead and give me a intimidation check at advantage, considering the fact that you have Sasha growling up a storm behind you.
22.
Fantastic.
Yeah. They don't throw down their weapons, but they at least get sheathed. And after a moment of quiet conference, which is drowned out by the growling happening behind you.
Oh, once they sheathed the weapons, I would stop.
No, you're gonna keep going just for a little bit because I don't feel like actually saying this conversation.
Okay.
Thematically, you're gonna keep going. And then they turn to look at you, and they turn back to you, and just the one that has thus far been pretty much doing all the talking crosses his arms over his chest and simply states, "I don't get paid enough for this bullshit." And quite frankly, the night lieutenants aren't that great.
Good.
No argument there.
I don't know if your friends are down there. I don't know if they've been moved in, none of that. I am honestly telling the truth on that one. But I know where they're being kept, if they were down there.
And point us in that direction.
Oh, I'll do you one better. I'll just take you.
Lead the way.
And then he leads you through the twisting hallways that, yeah, no, that's, not great. You're not sure that you would be able to find your way back out of here.
No fun.
I mean, clearly you're hoping you could, but who knows? And you guys finally come up to a small twist and turn. And I'm just gonna quickly shift you guys maps. Please hold.
Oh boy.
And the person, or the ranger elf tells you that if you were to merely follow the path north and then hang a right, you will be in what they're calling the detention center. As you got closer to this detention center, everything was more well lit. Quentin, are you staying in your slightly hulked out form?
Depending. At this point, yes, but I would have stayed farther back.
Okay.
If somebody would have like called my name or asked for me or looked back, I would have just sort of like I say knock on the wall, but I would at least make some sort of indication that I'm still there.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I definitely would have checked you out in this weird form. I'm so curious what's going on.
We can worry about it later.
That's the plan. Like, happy they're on my side.
Actually, Maddie, I gotta ask you a question.
I will hopefully have an answer, considering the fact that it's my game. Also, do not mind the pieces that are currently moving around, because I don't actually want anything in this room when you guys get there. I mean, besides your friends.
Yeah, we'd like them there too.
Yeah, I know. Yes!
That's exactly it? Or,
Yes, where you are literally half man, half wolf.
Delicious.
So, like, normally you're 6'9", you are now standing at a very staggering 7'5".
Perfect. I can still walk on all fours.
Yes.
Perfect.
I would even go so far as to say you have enough, like, practice with it to, like, move quickly, but not run.
Yeah.
Like, running would take...
I've been like this for hundreds of years, so...
Yeah, but you also pretty much maintain a...
What?
Humanistic form.
I don't know what you're talking. Huh? What happened?
Hey, Karasef, maybe you should go watch the last episode, because this shit was covered last week.
Karasef is suddenly feeling very young.
Wait, what do you mean starting? You've known Orion the entire time you've been traveling with them.
Yes, but Orion is like this weird outlier, ancient being that has apparently known and interacted with freaking giants of the past. It's that's just weird.
Y'all
Now
never
we have
asked me how old Ryan is.
It's true.
Jesus,
Veggie.
Fred is a really baby.
now we have somebody that appears human who has turned into this half hulking wolf-like thing that is apparently hundreds of years old.
Oh. Still has the body form, right, Maddie? Find a full picture.
I'm sorry, we're trying to get we're trying to pin down exactly how this
I should have done this before, but I also didn't expect to be like this today. So
You literally prepped for this last week.
yeah. Do you think I've got the brain to think about this? It's been a very long week, okay?
I'm aware. It's
We've
been a real
basically
long week
null
for me
and
too.
voided this brain. Like we've null and voided this week at work. That's how fucking much of a week it's been.
Okay.
Ace back. Can I have a picture? Here. Oh, motherfucker. Oh my god, this computer's gonna make me fight. There we go. This is what I want. Something like the first one, I would say. But he wouldn't be that color.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Delicious. Okay, I'll take it. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. So glad I could help. Yeah, so you guys are able to proceed forward, as it were.
Here, because actually
All right, party. You've made it. You're outside the holding cells. The three who took you here have determined that if you were to die, they don't want to be on the wrong end of their Knight Lieutenant's blades and have left. You still have Nathan's assistance. What is your plan for getting your party members out of Z-Pits?
Who brought
Pretty
rope?
much just charge.
Anybody bring rope?
technically I would have some in my pack back in the cell.
I have some rope in my back.
So you have it in your back? That's alarming.
That sounds slightly unhealthy.
Like, there's
In my
better ways to
backpack.
carry that. Cool. All right.
Was I smart? Do I actually have a written description of this place? Nope. No, of course not. Why would I do that? That is the smart thing. Okay. So, party, what are you doing?
Can we hear
And by-
voices?
You hear Orion talking to himself, which, by the way, Orion, if at any point you attempt to connect to Taito, you can now do so, because he is now in range.
I guess for clarification, you hear primordial to anyone approaching.
I don't even know if I knew I talk. What do I know?
You hear the sound of rocks and rain
Grinding.
and wind and fire. Not talking very loud, but mumbling to myself in primordial.
So yeah, you are definitely
Well,
hearing
that's a
that.
terrifying noise he's making.
I don't know.
I say we
Whenever we
rush
decide to go
in.
in and start a fight, I'd like to howl, but I'm waiting. And actually, if y'all want me to go in and make a distraction, I can. It's just I can't tell you that.
To be fair, y'all need to kind of just figure out what's going on in the room first, because you're not there yet.
Cool. So we're just gonna like kind of skip arm in arm, like we're walking down the yellow brick road into the room.
We're off
Yeah,
to
pretty much.
see the wizard.
Well, technically they are off to see a wizard. He's just currently in a pit, mumbling to himself in Primordial.
Go up and peek through the door.
All right, as you peek through the door, the doorway, what you see is there are there are 9 of these seeming pits. 3 are closed, 6 are open. Attached to the top of each of the heavy wrought iron grates is a chain. And following your vision of the chain, it leads to a pulley system up top that is then connected to a different individual lever on the wall behind it. So, for example, where Fred is, her lever is on the wall behind her. And you actually see a small pile of possessions piled up right underneath that lever. Glancing to the left, you see 2 more piles of possessions. And 2 more closed grates. You recognize items out of all 3 piles, knowing that you have indeed found your friends. The biggest problem seems to be the fact that there's nobody here guarding them, which is leading you to believe that they probably can't get out on their own, and there is some sort of magical element to the grates to keep them from using magic to escape.
Okay. I'm going to go in and go to the lever then. Pull the lever.
Sure, same. Why not? I'll go to another lever.
Okay, I need you both to roll me stealth checks, please.
I am going to wait. I'm going to keep myself hidden back.
Fantastic. You both failed that spectacularly.
My rolls are doing just
Fucking
wonderful.
Yikes.
Now, remind me. Fred has a party boon still?
Mm-hmm.
And Karasef still has a party boon, yes?
Correct.
Okay. Monric and Sasha's were used to save them while fighting the Master of Cruelty.
Oh yeah, the things that just kept morphing shapes that we never knew what they
Nope,
were.
that's not what this is. Somebody actually paid for the party to get a party boon, and I've been using it as godly interventions.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Which is how Sasha and Monric didn't wind up as paste on the ground.
Oh, well, yeah, no, I appreciate that's probably a good thing. We don't want our fellows turning into paste.
And it is also how Orion is now mumbling in Primordial instead of sitting in a corner and slowly rocking himself into oblivion.
Well,
So he's just terrifying an entire cavern instead of quietly rocking back and forth in a fetal position.
I am speaking a singular language instead of 5.
Oh god.
We
Okay.
hear them enter the room.
No.
Okay.
Monric and Karasef, which of the levers do you go to?
I'll go to the Fred's.
Okay, so Monric is at Fred's. So then, yes, you do actually hear them, Fred.
Okay, I'm just gonna go to the closest one, and I'll go to
Kitchens?
Kitchens.
Okay. And I need you both to give me... Oh, God. I really should put technology into the god dang character sheets. Give me an intelligence check, both of you, please.
Oh, joy.
Just a straight intelligence check.
That's my best roll of the night.
No, not a save.
Well.
Just click on intelligence where your numbers are.
Hmm?
If you just click on the word intelligence on the left, like far left side, that's what I'm looking for, not your save. Well, that was slightly better.
It is almost an identical roll.
It's not incredibly difficult to figure out. But it's more that trying to puzzle out how loud it's gonna be when you do it is kind of what trips you up a little bit, Monric. Karasep, you kind of just don't care because you know that you have something badass waiting in the shadows. And you just yank on that lever with your entire might. And I need you both to give me athletic checks, please. Oops. Perfect. You both pull down on those levers, and as you do, the grates start to lift. It is a slow and little bit of an arduous process, and you hold on to the levers in their down position until they are pretty much to the same angle as the other ones that are open. At which point you are able to look over to see your companions.
Fred has prepared fireball when she sees it open. She's not sure who it is.
Okay, I need to know this, Mom. This is a really important question.
Uh-huh.
Do you do it as soon as you see a face?
Nope.
Or do you wait a moment?
I wait a moment to see who it is.
No, hang on, because would you know to wait a moment, or would you just do it if you saw a face?
No, Fred would wait.
I'll say, personally, I would always have that moment of hesitation because I know I have friends out there who are probably looking for me.
Exactly.
Or
Especially
hopefully
because-
looking for me anyway.
I'm
I mean,
actually
along
going to
the
call
idea
out.
of Sasha, right? How protective he was being earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, but they've seen nothing but the Ranger Elves, and it could have been a very, desperate ploy to
I
get
guess
them to
here's
break.
a good question. How far would growls carry?
Pretty far. Pretty far. Like, they've heard this growling coming up, but they didn't hear the conversation that went with it.
Yeah.
But I would
So
have
there was
heard...
just Charlie
you
Brown
said we
voices
heard-
in the distance and growling.
So when Monarch and Karasep walks across, we could hear the...
Link of armor.
Could we hear their armor?
Yes.
You just hear me jangling
That's
with my
why I'm
nat
going to
1.
hold it.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything like that before.
Well, you've heard it moving around kind of a little bit away. But yes, no. So you're holding onto it. And as soon as Monric pokes his head over the edge of the pit.
Can I call out first,
Monric?
Fred, are you in there?
Yeah? Oh my god, it's so good to see you.
Let me help
This
you
is
out.
not a good place.
No, I'm sure it's not.
We have to get Orion out. He's not doing well. Be careful. There's a dark elf out there. He's really nasty.
I do not
Okay.
hear any of the party here. That was a 2 on the die for
Okay.
a total of 4. I am busy carving constellations into anything I can reach in the dirt in my pit.
Okay.
Oh my god, I want to see your pit when this is all done.
Mm-hmm.
I'll help Fred get out.
Okay, give me an athletics check, please. Another one. She
Interesting.
leaps up and grabs a hold of your wrists, and you are able to pull her up. She is a lithe and slight little thing and doesn't weigh very much. Hey, Karasef.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to give me an athletics check to get Kitchen out of his pit.
Yeah.
Heavy
Yeah.
boy, heavy boy.
And I'll
In
point Fred to
athletics,
her
not just
gear.
a straight strength.
Yeah, athletics.
Okay. Not that there's a difference in that for me.
Oh.
I'm sitting there almost belly on the ground going, "You are heavy."
You know, that checks out.
It does. It does check out entirely.
Do you need me to come
So
over and
Fred's
help?
going to
I'll say
get
we
her
might
gear
need the
on,
rope.
and Fred's going to go over. Now, is my magic still affected?
No.
Okay. Then I'm casting levitate.
On Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we determined he was heavier than 500 pounds.
All right, then no, I'm not going to waste a spell then.
I
Yeah,
have
no, like,
idea.
I don't
I feel
remember.
like we did, because Warforged are heavy, even though he's, like,
Okay.
not, like, even though he's made out of clay, they still have the same weight
Clay's
properties.
pretty heavy.
Like,
I think
the
it was
only...
more Orion that we figured was that when we tried to pull him out of that well.
Uh-huh.
Especially
And-
when he was full
Kitchen
of
would be the
all that
same.
gook.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
Well, Orion was also full of water, but yeah, Kitchen is not light. Like, he is
I
heavy.
Okay.
can't
All right.
speak to Kitchen. I could tell you Orion is 300 pounds before gear.
And if I'm not mistaken, Kitchen is of a more robust version
Mhm.
than Orion, so...
That is correct.
And I was figuring, of course, once Cody is actually with us again, this may change, but my initial thought was that due to his cooking, he is significantly denser than Orion as well. So levitate's not going to work for him. However,
Well, I will offer a hand.
okay,
We have
Monric,
rope, and we have
and
several of
Karasef.
us here to pull him up.
Monric, go ahead and give that athletics check at advantage since, oh my good god.
Oh, man.
Well, at least that's at advantage.
Y'all.
Oh my god. Yo, we might need the growler.
Where's
Well-
Sasha?
You hear the slight clunking of an off-gate set of steps. And you watch as Nathan. Fuck, now you've got me calling him Nathaniel. It's not even his name.
Yikes. Whoopsies.
His name is Nathan.
Nathaniel.
It's better than calling him Nathan Yell.
Jesus. His name
Listen,
is
Nathaniel
Nathan.
is a good name.
Yes, it is. But you watch as he kneels down next to the pit, and using his own weight as a counterbalance, manages to haul Kitchen out of the pit. For the record, I rolled an 18.
Oh, what did I just do?
You needed a 15 to get him out of the pit.
Yes.
Due to his weight.
Oh,
And then
God.
and then, party, you should probably get your other party member out.
While they're
Yeah.
doing that, Fred's run over to turn the switch off for Orion.
Cool. You can go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
We're going to try. It's straight intelligence.
Yep. And then you can give me a athletics check.
That one might not be so good.
Nope. You get the lever like a quarter of the way down before the weight of the chain and the grate are just too much for you.
Apply leverage.
I'll go over and give her a hand.
How about you come do it?
Okay. Well, go ahead and roll that athletics check there, guys.
Okay.
All right, highest roll of the night so far for me.
You guys managed to get it open. Orion, the grate above you starts to lift. And almost as soon as there is clearance, Fred is sticking her head over the mouth of the pit.
That's a 3 on the die. For a total of 5 perception.
He knows there's a figure above him.
No.
So, levitate will work for Orion then.
Yeah, 300 pounds before gear, and I'm pretty sure all you're wearing is your clothes, right?
Yep.
Looking into the pit, I have actually taken that shard of glass and crushed it. And scrawled in probably about 8 foot high on the walls to the floor are constellations carved into the dirt with bits of glass particulate packed into the stars. My clothing is ripped apart. There are strands of robe connecting the constellations in all of these carvings. I am mostly disrobed from the waist up. Just mumbling to myself in primordial and carving into the dirt.
Orion, wake your butt up. We gotta get out of here.
How deep is the pit?
7 feet.
All right. So since Orion's not paying attention, I will use levitate on myself and go down.
Okay.
And put my hands on Orion to try to get his attention instead of above.
I'm not gonna make you roll for this one, Otter. She is right in front of you and green.
Oh no, I wasn't going to roll for it.
Thank God.
Fred has
Simply,
put her hands on your shoulders.
I wheel around on Fred, and the motes that are the light of my eyes are, like, flared until I realize it's you. I'm still mumbling in primordial, but there's a recognition, and I quiet down a little.
Come on, bud, let's get out of here.
They're here to get us out.
I
Okay.
just nod.
Okay. So Fred's going to look up for someone to help her out again.
I'll help you out.
And I tell Orion, I'm going to use my spells to bring you up. We're going to get you out of here. So I will cast levitate once I'm out of the pit to bring him up.
Okay. Orion, you are now out of the pit. And seated on Karasev's shoulder is Taito.
I pat Taito on the top of his head. Mostly because I can.
If a Warforged could look sullen, Orion is just quiet, going with the group, just kind of quietly mumbling to themselves.
Okay, go gather your gear up, Orion. We need to be getting out of here. Then we need to deal with the Nice Lieutenant.
Yeah, this is not a safe place to be. There's something in the pits that has drained our energy, drained our magic. Drained our spells. I don't know if it's going to be up here. Or maybe it's just in the pit. Obviously, it's just in the pit. I was able to do magic.
I was say, is it a tangible thing that we can like take with us and throw at someone to
No.
cause them to lose their spells?
No. No, because it is literally part of the... It's literally part of the iron greatwork. Which is all very firmly secured exactly where it is.
You know, normally I'm not a, bloodthirsty one, but I want that elf gone.
Just the elf! Not the knight lieutenants who threw you in there.
Well, we don't.
The elf.
It's the elf who has been taunting us. So yes, the elf. We already know we're killing the lieutenants. It's the elf that was taunting us, and I didn't like what they did to Orion.
Okay.
Where's the one that let us down here?
They took off.
They took off because if you're gonna die, they don't want to be on the receiving end of whatever the fuck's gonna happen to you.
Gotcha.
Once I scoop up my gear, I'm gonna hold my books close to my chest and reflexively cast shield and dancing lights and just kind of hug the lights around my person.
Okay.
And I guess this is the first time the party's seen Orion other than their face. So, yeah, there's that.
Thanks, mental Snapchat. Not the weirdest body I've seen today. Let's go.
Otter, would you like to describe to the party and those sitting at home exactly what Orion looks like from the hips up?
Sure. It seems I am a entire being of porcelain. White with bits of red seeming to faintly glow from constellation etched across my entire torso, arms, neck, and head. There doesn't really seem to be a lot holding the joints together. They're kind of just floating in space, held together by some kind of force.
Okay. As you guys get your clothing back on, you still hear a faint growling coming from down the hall. Kitchen, for some strange reason, seems to be absolutely unfazed by this sound. Fred and Otter, this is really the first time you're hearing it up close.
Okay. What is that? That sounds very angry.
That's a friend.
It's Sasha.
What? Our Sasha.
No, hang on, because this is something that was messaged to me.
Yeah.
As
sorry.
far as Monric is aware, because Karasef kind of could see. As far as Monric is aware, this is something that Sasha summoned.
Okay.
Okay.
Apologies. I did mean to say that out loud. Before he kind of went back into the hallway, he would have said, I'm gonna summon something that's helpful. Think the elk, but meaner.
Jesus, the elk, but meaner.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. The horns
Mama
on the
Moose.
elk could be pretty rough.
Yeah.
No, a mama moose.
A mama moose.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah, bring one of those next time.
No, no. Don't tell me what to do.
So that's with you?
Yes, that's a friend.
Yes.
You need not fear it. I hope, anyway.
Oh, okay. Can we get out of here? I don't like it here.
Again, I hope. Lots of twisting hallways. I do wonder if there's anybody here that would be able to track our way back out utilizing some sort of tracking ability, perhaps footsteps that we left coming down the hallway. I imagine this place isn't very well cared for. It's probably kind of dusty.
Well, actually, it seems to be very well cared for, almost as if they've been using it.
Is it a dirt floor?
No.
No, okay.
A question, Maddie. Would something, I guess, along the lines of me rubbing myself up against some of the walls let me be able to track back?
No.
Okay.
Examining list of spells.
Or the setback
That's
of my
not
armor,
helpful.
because I gotta go back there anyway.
Maybe. You'd have to roll the checks for it. However, as you're turning to leave, there is the sound of approaching footsteps behind you as 3 dark-skinned elves approach. Well, you're not planning on leaving now, are you? You're not done doing what you're supposed to be doing.
They had a task?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, so did the rest of you. We just hadn't got you down here yet. You see, each of these pits would blah, 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 blah. Come on. Each of these
Let that
pits...
be in character.
No! No! This is me not being able to English, not this evil motherfucker not being able to speak. Well, you see, each of you is supposed to occupy one of these pits until such a time as your body whizzes away into nothingness. And you see, the fact that you have freed them, well, that's not going to sit very well with the Knight Lieutenants, now is it? And as a matter of fact, they are right here. And you see, stepping out from behind the dark elf that is talking, clad entirely in their armor, is the 2 Knight Lieutenants.
Well, that saves us some time.
Yeah, we were gonna go looking for them. Saved us
Well.
the trouble.
Then I guess that we have done your work for you. How sad.
Are any of the pits still open?
All of them are now open.
Yes.
I'm just going to move kitchen off to the side and in a corner because you guys are going to deal with this. Oh, and by the way, everybody, roll for initiative.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh yeah, I have to click my character first. I always forget to do that.
Well, I go last.
Is the crosshatched square in front of us an impassable pillar?
Yes.
Like, is that a structure? Okay.
Yes, that is a pillar. Okay. Well, this will be fun. Well, it's gonna be fun for me. Okay. Karasef. Since you're front and center. 21 to hit.
Yeah, 21 will hit me.
You are going to take a bolt to the shoulder for 5 piercing damage as Dame Jesmond shoots you with her crossbow before she throws it to the side because fuck reloading heavy crossbows in combat.
Okay, is the crossbow, like, sticking in my shoulder?
Yep.
Okay. Alright. As a reaction, can I just, like, rip it out and taunt them with it?
I mean, if you want to waste your reaction, by all means.
Sure. I'm gonna rip it out, wave it at them, and throw it back at them and be like, I expected more from you.
Okay, well, it clatters to the ground and she just kind of laughs at you before she approaches. Sorry, I'm just quickly figuring something out. Okay. Under orders, which was this? This one, rushes you, Karasef, since you decided you were going to taunt the Knight Lieutenant, and they are very devout, as it were. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Okay. The knife scrapes against your armor with a lovely smattering of sparks. And it's your turn.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, they're right there, so I'm just gonna strike at them with my short sword. Which I crit on.
Apparently.
Ooh, hold on. Can I do the thing? Oh, no, I would have had to have already done that. Okay.
If you're talking about smite, you can declare that after you know it hits. It's one of the best parts about
shit.
smite.
I still forgot to put smite on my character sheet. That's why I keep forgetting about that one.
That's what I thought you were talking about.
No, I was talking about a different ability. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
I mean, sure, but you probably should smite instead.
Yeah, no, I'm just Googling how that works real quick, because I can't believe I don't have that on my character sheet.
Some big damage.
Well, that's not helpful. That's just a description of...
Do you want me to bring up mine? Do you need it?
Please, that would be fantastic.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
I know, I'm a terrible person.
Why can't... What is wrong with my character sheet? Sorry, I have to reload my character sheet because something's funky. Smite. Ta-da! That's what you want, right? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Ta-da.
Thank you. Okay.
Clown behavior.
Plus 1d8 for each. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna use a first level spell to do my smite, and it'll be a bonus 2d8 damage then. Rock on.
Fantastic.
So There's the basic from the short sword. And a bonus 7 from the smite.
So that's 15 and 7
22.
for 22?
If it matters, the 7 is radiant.
It doesn't.
That is good to know, though. It doesn't matter yet.
How did most of our initiatives kind of line up? And then, I mean, I know Monarch's a little farther behind, but jeez.
A lot farther behind.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes you'll know what's on the board by the time it gets to you. Going
Very
last
true.
ain't a bad thing.
Okay. Let's drop one of those spell slots. Cool. Oh, that's my... Oh. Yeah, that's my turn.
How many levels do you have in Paladin?
We are...
We're level 6.
What level are we? Then I have 3.
Oh, okay. So you don't have it yet. Okay.
Are you thinking
Not
multi-attack?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't have that yet. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, not yet. Fred.
Oh, which one was the one that was looking over the... Is it this one here?
Yep.
Perfect.
Uh-oh.
Fred's got a target.
Sure. You want to move?
I'm 60 feet.
Yeah, that's nice.
There's
you
a
have a
pillar.
pillar immediately in front of you.
Fine.
Like, I appreciate
Sorry.
that you're 60 feet from him, but that is a pillar,
Sorry, I
and you were
forgot
gonna
that
throw
was a pillar.
acid at it.
Yeah, well.
Yes, we get it. Please.
Mhm.
The smaller fucking squares on this pillar, in the same color as the grid. You need a dex save from him?
Mhm.
Well, he makes that. And he looks at you with a sharp grin. Now, my dear, is that any way to treat an old friend? I think I'm going to enjoy killing you.
You can try.
Oh,
You've tried
dear.
and failed.
Yes. But there is no tries, there is only do. And you are going to die. Anything else, Fred?
No, she's just moving back.
Orion. Otter.
Yep, I was doing a quick roll to see if I'm like coherent enough to realize what's going on. Going to look around and I don't really know a whole lot what's going on, but things are getting crazy. I'm just going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay.
And stay right where I am.
Okay. Alright, Sasha. It's your
I've
big
been
moment.
thinking long and hard about this for my turn. Oh, please hold. Okay, so in front of me, in that nice little blue circle, enemy?
Ally, that's Nathan.
Damn it. Ah, ruined
You're the one who said he wanted to be back!
everything. Ruined. That's fine. I mean, I gotta make an entrance somehow, right? Perfect. So it's like, okay, let me set the scene for y'all. Is it a door that's in front of us?
No, it's like just an open area leading
Perfect,
into
but
the
it's
room.
pitch black.
No, there's lighting in the room.
Yeah, but in where I am.
Yes, it's pitch black. You dramatic fuck.
Yes, perfect. French kiss, my friends. French kiss. It starts with one claw, and it hits like right on this corner of the room, and it's just this big clawed furry hand, and then the next thing you see coming from the shadow is a snout, and it's just this big hulking wolf form that on its hind legs that comes from this shadowed hallway. I was really hoping someone would be near me so I could just like reach out and claw them, but that's okay. I will turn my attention towards where Monric and where Karasef is, and I will slowly make my way there.
Fantastic. Sarah, why is there a second version of yourself on my map?
Sorry, can you make it smaller, the same size as everybody else?
But you
It'll
have
make
one
sense
on the map.
later. It'll make sense later. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, to God, it's gonna make sense because I'm confused.
So if say I was originally squared here, the
Sure.
squares still count as our
5 feet.
movement?
Yep.
Perfect. So I'm going to technically what is a sprint? No.
Dash.
I'm gonna double move dash. I'm gonna dash without dashing because it ruins it for me.
I'm gonna slowly and menacingly walk forward at a very quick pace.
Yeah.
That is me mechanically dashing, but also not dashing because thematicness.
Yeah.
I'm
Listen,
power
I'm nothing if
walking
a drama-
menacingly in your direction.
Listen, I'm nothing if not a dramatic bitch, okay?
Oh, no, he's murder walking.
Oh yeah, no, this is like the original The Mummy, right?
Yeah. Woo! Okay. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to go. 35, 40. Actually, you know what? I'll go out towards Fred. 5, 10, 15. Can I go through this square, or do I have to go around it technically?
Hold on. Which
Like,
square?
would it count? Would it count as
Those are the
5 foot-
pits.
Yeah, but can
So,
I go
like, no.
around it?
Assume that you can't really walk between them and you have to go around them.
Oh, okay.
They
5, 10.
basically consume that 10-foot wide
Oh, okay.
swath of... Yeah.
30, 40, 45, 50. I'm gonna move to about here, and that's 50 feet.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll wait.
Oh. Wow. Oh, so big.
If a visual
Very
helps,
scary.
think Van Helsing werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
But a sort of brownish blonde in color with like this white streak on its forehead.
I'm curious, when you shifted, did you like rip your flesh off, or did you just like grow?
That's a good question. You didn't see it, so I don't know.
Do I have to come up with the answer right now?
I imagine
No.
we would have heard the tearing if it was that, and like
No.
growing, we probably would have heard like bones shifting
you-
and moving.
I could understand bones snapping a little bit. And maybe a groan or two. But at the same time, I mentioned that something was being summoned.
This is very
like-
true. Yes.
For Karasef, it's like, oh, okay, I get it, wink.
Yeah, see, and here I was thinking it'd be something a lot closer to the Teen Wolf transformation. And not
What,
the
just
classic,
blanking their Harry?
not the classic Teen Wolf. I mean the new one.
The
Oh,
new
I
one.
haven't seen that one. Yeah, the TV series.
No, the one you're thinking of is the one that I'm referring to. There was
Oh.
one before it
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking the Michael J. Fox one where you blink
He's
and all of a
talking
sudden he's
Michael J.
hairy.
Fox. We're talking the one with Scott and Styles.
Oh, okay. Not me trying to remember what they look like or how it goes.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
But it's important to know you're not a Twilight werewolf.
He is not a Twilight werewolf. We are
Absolutely not.
not going there. Although, speaking of, sorry to completely derail off of this, I saw this earlier. Taylor Lautner's fiance posted one of those memes, which was your crush.
I saw that, yeah.
Your crush when you were younger, and the person you wound up with, and her crush was Robert Pattinson as Edward, and she's getting married to Taylor Lautner, who played Jacob. Shit was real fucking funny when I saw it earlier today. Anyway, moving on. This Ranger Elf. Ranger Elf is coming for Fred's ass.
Good thing I'm in delay.
Never mind the giant hulking beast that just showed up in front of Fred.
No, he has a... Look. This man is not bright.
Oh, I've noticed.
He's just mildly insane.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Fred, 19 to hit.
Just a second, please. No, because I cast shield as a reaction.
Okay. Do remember to keep track of your...
I have been.
Okay.
Trust me. I have been. I haven't used any first level spells yet.
Okay. Alright, and this one is going to back up their friend. Although significantly more wary of the hulking furred creature in front of them. Hey, Quentin,
Yes.
can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yeah. I can do that.
Oh, wait. Yes? Hang on, let me double check. Yes.
On safe?
Does a 19 hit you in lichen form?
Yes.
Then
Wait, hold
yes,
on.
I need a con save.
Hold on. Because I do need to see something, because I don't think we gave any extra natural armor, correct?
No.
Then, yeah. 19 hits.
Okay, well then I still need that con save.
Yeah. That is a 17. Yeah, 14 plus 3.
Yeah, hang on. I opened the wrong character sheet. I got like 1,000,001 character sheets here. Okay. Half. Okay. Are you immune to the poisoned condition?
As a paladin, yes.
Okay. Which still
Because of
works.
my divine health.
Yep,
I'm
that's
pretty-
fine.
Yep.
You are going to take... Wait, are you immune to poison as well?
Hold on.
Was it just
Yeah, no,
poison?
I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah, I'm
the
double checking. I
wording,
don't think I was
the
thinking.
divine
Immune to
magic
disease.
flowing through you makes you immune to disease.
Yeah. That might not be thinking the same thing. Hold on. Because I think I did have something that was poison. Un momento, por favor.
I think you get that later.
I might be thinking later then. Yep. Yep, that's later.
Okay. Well, in that case, you're going to take... Oh god, that's... I can count 23 points of poison damage. And you're not poisoned.
Yep.
For the record, this does count as magical damage. So it's magical poison.
So that takes... Sorry.
Which technically works around your resistance.
Okay, so 7 technically. Okay.
No, if it's working around your resistance, you take all 23.
Maddie, I have temp HP.
Right. Sorry. You are correct.
Alright.
Apologies. Alright. Nathan, with his limping gait, moves forward.
Where'd my character sheet go?
And, in true, blood hunter fashion, pulls out a hand crossbow and fires upon the one that fired at Fred. You hear from the distance the sound of a man in a large suit of armor making his way forward. It's such a pity that you won't be staying with us, Fred. You alone would have sustained us for many years, perhaps even a decade. But if you don't wish to volunteer your essence, I suppose I can't blame you. You're just not going to leave here alive, you nor your friends. It is unfortunate that our time is coming to an end like this. I had so hoped we would be friends.
I don't like friends that, put us to sleep and hurt us.
Oh, but you weren't in any pain, were you? At no point did we actually hurt you.
You call taking my magic, putting us in a pit, not harmful? Maybe not physically. You, my sir, don't deserve to be a knightly lieutenant. You have no honor.
Oh, my dear deluded Tandrak, I have more honor in my pinky finger than your friend over there with the flowing robes, and I don't mean the one that's naked from the hips up. Hey, Fred, how's a 25 to hit?
That one will hit even with my shield.
Yeah, you're gonna take 7 piercing as he also shoots you with a heavy crossbow and then discards it.
7, you said?
7.
Thank you.
Modric, you're up.
Does that change my shield?
I'll step around this fellow and swing. 25 and a 21. For 26 damage total.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it, I'm done.
Okay. Well, she's gonna step up behind you.
Of course.
And draws her greatsword. 15 to hit you?
15 will miss.
Oh, alright. 16?
16 will hit.
Alright. Well, she's only gonna hit you once because I rolled an 11 on the next one. But you'll take 7 slashing damage.
All right.
Okay. I'm assuming this is going to become relevant in combat, Zara, since you're asking.
Yes.
Fantastic. How's a 22 to hit you, sir?
Oh, that'll get through.
Fantastic. You're going to take 4 piercing damage and 21 poison damage.
Huh? Hold on. Maybe
4
that doesn't
piercing,
get through.
21 poison.
Do I have that spell? No. Oh, but you know what? I will hellish rebuke them.
Sure. By all means.
Cool. I point at them menacingly, and they have to make a dex saving throw.
Love it. Which they fail. Give me the damage.
Cool. That would be 2d10.
Fantastic.
What did that come out to? 11. Oh my god. A 1 and a 10. That's funny.
The dichotomy of man. Karasef, it's your turn.
Fantastic. I'm gonna continue to hammer away at the one in front of me with my short sword and I'm not gonna do anything extra as of right now.
Yeah?
So yeah, so 17 to hit.
17 is good.
All right, fantastic. And
All
no,
right,
we're just
before-
gonna
hang
leave
on.
it as the.
How would you like to do this?
Sure. Is this the one that shot me in the shoulder with the crossbow?
No, the one that shot you in the shoulder with the crossbow is this one here, the fancy one.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, this one I'll just go for a boring strike. I slash him across the neck and the weak point of his armor.
Okay, you have movement.
Excellent. I'm gonna move right up here next to Monric and go after the fancy one.
Sure,
But,
you've
of
got
course,
enough
that
movement
will-
to give yourself flanking.
Fair enough.
Might as well.
Yes. This is one of the knight lieutenants, right?
Yes, it is. That would be
Yeah,
Knight
it's what I
Lieutenant
thought.
Dame Jesmond the Widowmaker.
Okay, so now as a bonus action, I'm going to utilize my channel divinity and do poison strike on my blade.
Okay.
And that's it. That's the end of my turn then.
Fred.
I'm going to use 5 of my sorcery points
Yep.
to give myself a 3rd spell slot on Monarch.
Okay.
And then
One of these days,
Wait,
I'm gonna
over.
force you to fight in a null magic zone. I swear to God.
and that's my turn.
In-
Orion.
Another roll. Cool. The fella right here next to me is the one that was taunting us in the pits, yeah?
Yes.
Cool. I'm going to turn my gaze towards them, angrily babbling in Primordial, and cast Phantasmal Force on this fella. DC 16 Intelligence.
Okay, well, he barely fails.
Ugh. And to his vision, as this can affect a 10-foot area, he sees me flicker between my current self and my previous self, and the world seems to crumble at their feet in the space between us, where the only logical room for them to move forward would be backwards. And
Okay.
they can no longer see the pit that is behind them.
Okay.
And I am just going to back away, so I can see all of my party.
Sasha.
Okie dokie. Well, sorry, Orion targeted this one, right?
Yep.
Perfect. I'm gonna try for this one.
She is the one that hit you with Ray of Sickness, by the way.
Perfect. Schwink. I wish to crowd her space. And I'm going to attack. With the close. Perfect. I love. That is a 17. 10 plus 7. Jesus Christ. And 14 plus 7. So 21 and a 17.
They're both good.
Yay. Oh my god. 14.
Total?
No, sorry. That's fucking wrong. I rolled a 4. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 total. Because I rolled a 16 and a 4, and it's +4 on both hits.
Yep.
Okay. Yes, that is all.
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
Has a day passed since we were taken originally? Or is this still the same day? I'm only
It
asking for important reasons, if I need to re-roll those or not.
No, not
Okay.
for important. Basically, what I'm figuring is that every time you take a long rest, it signifies a day has passed.
Okay.
But because A, you haven't really had a chance to long rest, and B, the pits don't really allow you to do so.
That's why I clarified.
Yeah, so no.
Okay.
Also, before we keep going, just bear with me. I need to grab a drink. My throat is getting dry. Be right back. Okay. Sorry. Having my fridge right there is super convenient. All right. Sasha, is that everything?
Yes. If anything, I'm trying to crowd her space.
Yep.
I'm trying to crowd her space. If anything, since I'm so big compared to her now, it's I'm not trying to drool on her, but there's definitely saliva.
I'm not trying, but she's definitely getting drooled on.
Yeah.
Ew.
Okay.
I am pseudo trying to intimidate her without actually needing to roll an intimidation, unless you want me to, which is fine.
Yeah. Otter, can you please explain to me exactly what you're forcing upon this man?
As far as they're concerned, all of the ground around them is falling away, except for behind them.
So they believe that there is solid ground behind them, but as they're stepping back, they're going to step into a pit, yes?
That is correct.
Okay.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Like I said, I'm going to force you guys to fight in an all-magic zone, I swear to God.
That's fine, I'll tell stories while I either die or my party kills things.
Take away our magic. All right, we just swing a little harder.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me tell you the time. This one time at band camp.
And camp.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, he steps back and falls into the pit. And then, realizing that what happened was not actually what he was seeing, he does now realize that that is not what it is. It is an illusion. However, it will take his action to get back out of the pit. Sasha?
Yes.
She's not super happy with the fact that you are drooling on her.
Whoa. Time to get dry cleaning, my dear.
In so much as, does a 20 hit you?
Yes, 20 hits. We never mentioned whether I can cast spells in this form or not.
No.
Okay. That's fine.
Mostly because you can't actually talk.
Mm.
And
I only
if
asked
you're-
I think I have a reaction for something.
yeah, and if the reaction requires a verbal component, then no.
Fine.
Whoop.
Fine.
I was say, would it not follow the same rules as like a druid transformation?
Druids can't cast when they're in animal form. You
Right.
can maintain concentration on spells you cast before, but you can't cast while you're in animal form.
This
At least that's
does
always
not,
been my understanding.
This does not say. As an action, you cause spectral vines to spring up and reach for the creature within 10 feet of you that you can see, or be restrained.
Oh, that's a spell-like ability, not a spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a spell.
Okay.
I would assume that would then come from your intention, and that's the way we're gonna play it right now. I am going to further consult with other
Sorry,
DMs on this.
didn't mean to click that.
Surprised me. Sorry, I was like, no.
Did fella take damage from falling ass over tea kettle into the pit?
No.
Okay.
Wasn't a far enough distance to procure fall damage.
Oh, did I? Oh, no, I didn't.
Somebody slammed the lid shut on him while he's in there.
Yeah, somebody needs to get the lever behind the pit. Back here. Okay. For now, Quentin, we're gonna use it as a force of your will.
Yeah.
I am going to confer with other DMs.
Okay.
And see if we can't come up to a concisive ruling on that.
Okay. Because, like, it's just invoke,
Yep, I know.
what the fuck is that word?
Primeval.
Oh.
I understand the way it's written.
Yeah.
However, I
won't lie.
don't think it was written with the intention that the person that was going to be using it was transformed into an animal.
Rough.
Woof.
Tough. But yeah, no, I understand.
For now, we're gonna let it go. But it is gonna take your action to do so. So, that being said, it is her turn, and the 20 hits you?
Yes.
What about 15?
No.
Okay. You are going to take 8 piercing and 15 poison.
8 piercing. Is that half?
No.
Okay.
So it'd be 4 and 7.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Yeah, sorry. For some reason, I thought that was a reaction thing, so I'm not worrying about it right now, but I thought it was a reaction for some reason. I must have something else that's a reaction, but not like that. But sorry, continue.
Well, activating smite technically is. But anyway. Alright. You hear, next to you, Fred, and behind you for the rest of yous, Nathan seems to just lose his shit. In so much as he talks directly to Jourdain. You killed my wife, you took my leg, and then you proceeded to mock me every time you have come into my bar. Killing you will be the least of my concerns. And again, you hear the familiar offbeat gait as he heads for Jourdain.
Oh, don't piss him off.
And you watch as he unhooks this large saw blade from his hip. And with a movement with both hands clasped around the handle, it flicks out. And he now seems to have about 10 feet of reach.
No chance that's a one-handed weapon.
It is when it's closed. That is a one-handed weapon when it's closed.
Okay.
And the only reason I know this is because this is actually something Heath and I homebrewed when I played my Blood Hunter on the Monday night campaign. Jourdain seems to be unconcerned with Nathan and more concerned with the wolf man. 23 to hit, Sasha?
Yes.
I want you to know I rolled 2 1s before that. That is 9 slashing from a magical weapon, so you will take all of it. Monric, you are now large. And in
Yay!
charge.
Double smash.
They're both good.
And the
Add in the 1d4 for both of them.
need to reroll the 1 damage because it's below my minimum. So that's 9 instead of 5. And then 2d4.
Damn.
So 16, 20. +16 9 is 25.
Yep. Anything else, Monarch?
That'll do it.
All right. Well, it's her turn. She's not too impressed with that. You know what? Matter of fact, you need to give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, joy. 10. I don't think that makes it.
No, it does not. You can take 6 fire damage. As she uses Hellish Rebuke on you. And then she's gonna swing. Does a 16 hit you, Monarch?
16 will hit.
Okay, well, so it's 21 and a 16 for a total of 19 slashing damage.
Ow.
Karasef.
Oh, it's my turn. I thought you were hitting me. Okay.
No, it's your turn, dear. So far, you've been pretty unimportant to her.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna continue to be unimportant for another round here. I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite as a bonus action on, I guess, myself or my weapon, however
Yep.
that works. Yep. So yeah, and then as my actual action, I am going. Yep. Where'd it go? There we go. I'm going to bear my radiant soul. So I'm going to utilize my action to unleash divine energy within myself. My eyes are going to start to glow much more brightly, and luminous incorporeal wings are going to sprout from my back. This is going to last for about a minute. I have a flight speed during this time. I deal extra radiant damage to the target when I deal damage with an attack or a spell. And
What color are your wings?
they're gonna be the same color as my hair.
White.
So
Or that, like,
yeah.
bone gray?
Sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna, as I start to glow, I'm gonna taunt him just a little bit and be like, the gods have sent me here to remind you you are still a creature of mere flesh and bone. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Oh, I love that. Fred.
I'm going to pick up my crossbow and aim it at this one,
Jordan.
Jordan.
22 is good.
9 piercing.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Orion.
Is other elf fella still trying to get out of the pit?
He will be on his turn.
Cool.
But he had to use his action to determine that what happened to him was an illusion, which he did.
Oh, close up.
Lovely. I'm just gonna cast grease over the area that is the pit.
Okay.
Have fun climbing, friend.
Okay.
Fantastic. What a great use of
Terrible.
grease.
Terrible.
Theirs was the first and last voice I heard before everything went black in this pit. That's not
It's
someone.
true.
Huh?
It's true. All right. Sasha, with your gross drooling, what are you doing?
I am going to. Fuck it. I'm just gonna attack the same person. The lady in front of me, hoping someone will mayhaps assist me with. Even though I know Nate's helping, so it's fine. I'm gonna use my inspiration to change that because I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That wouldn't have hit. I
Okay.
know it wouldn't have hit. It's a baby number. That's a little better. So the first one's what is that? 15 plus 7. It's over 20.
It's a 22.
I will tell you, the first thing I rolled was a 5, so I don't think an 11, 12 would have hit. Whatever.
11, no.
Yeah, that's what I figured. That is. What is that? So 22 is the first one to hit, and then the second one is an 18.
The 18 is no good.
On the person in front of me? The lady?
Oh, in front of you? No, 18 is good. So sorry,
Oh,
I
no.
thought you were attacking Jordan.
And now. And second's the lady. 'Cause she keeps trying to poison me, and I hate it here. Okay, 4.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Yeah. Damage total?
Yes.
Fantastic. Anything else?
No. There'll be like a little bit of a whine. Just sorry, I also just cracked my back. That hurt. Sort of just like a bit of like, I don't think I can handle these two specifically.
Okay. Oh, so it's a whine of help.
Yeah, in a way.
Okay. Gotcha.
Assistance
Otter,
required, s'il vous plaît.
Yes, hello.
you watch as this man, despite being covered in grease,
And it is worth mentioning that it is all difficult terrain, so their movement speed is pretty much halved.
yes, I understand. However, this man hardcore parkours his ass out of the pit,
Did he
even with everything covered in grease.
he passed his dex save to fall?
I passed it with a nat 20.
Okay. What if it was a 1?
Do you still
Slips
have
at
a
the
1?
rim.
I have a 1 and a 16.
Of course you do. Then I guess as he gets to the top, he slips on the grease and falls back in. Like a comedic routine. Alright. Well, yeah, she's... Yeah. She's not happy. Nope. Not happy. 23 to hit.
Yes.
For 7 piercing and 12 poison, so that's 3 and 6. Sorry. Nathan's here to help you. You'll be fine.
I am so sorry, Maddie. I was looking at my arcane recovery instead of my portents. I have a 16 and 18 for portents, so disregard that. They did make it out of the pit. That is my bad for reading my sheet incorrectly.
No, it's all good. He can only get as far as that anyway, because it was his action to get out of the pit.
Yes, but I couldn't have burned a 1 that I didn't have.
No worries. I appreciate the double check.
Yeah. I'm not here to cheat.
No, you're just here to make my life as the DM difficult. And I say that with all the love of my heart. I know. Goddamn divination wizards. Fucking JT. Quentin, you roll a nat 20. Rolls a nat 20? Really? Alright. Jourdain is no longer focused on Sasha. Because Nathan is making a nuisance of himself. Monric, you're up.
I'm going to second wind. And then double swing.
Well, the second one's not gonna hit, but the first one's good.
Orion.
Your
Cut it
1d4.
for-
I can turn that into an 18 for you. 18 on
That
the
again.
die plus whatever you got. I don't know what your plus is.
Still 7.
Okay, well, the 12 is an 18 now, so we'll do that. So 18 plus your modifier.
Just 25 and 25, it was good. Is there anything else?
So we got 12, 23, 28 damage total.
Fantastic. Karasov, you are now a problem.
Good.
And as you look her in the eyes, for a moment, just a slight moment, you see the flicker of fear.
My
That the
grin, or
gods-
beneath my mask, I just start grinning.
That the gods are coming for their due. Does an 18 hit you?
No.
Fuck. I rolled a 16, a 17, and an 18 to hit you.
My AC is 19.
Fuck! Karasef, you're up! What are you doing?
All right,
I would say
I'm
to
gonna.
this poor woman, but she deserves everything that's coming to her.
I'm gonna start off by casting the Hexblade Curse on that one right there.
On her?
So, yeah, on the one that I'm facing.
Okay.
Yep. And then, without any additional ado, I'm just gonna short sword slash, and hope that was. Yeah, I think a 27 probably gets through, and that's actually a 30, because it didn't include the bonus from the Hexblade.
I
Okay.
mean, do you want a crit fish? Because you are flanking with Monric.
Oh yeah, sure. Oh yeah, that was supposed to be at advantage, wasn't it?
Yup.
And don't forget
Alright,
your
we'll
poison
just-
blade, too.
Yeah, because
Yup.
that's gonna activate here too.
No,
You
that
were
was
about
lesser.
to front load with that damage, my dude.
Yeah, I've been sitting here trying to figure out what it's gonna wind up being. I feel like it's gonna be way less impressive than it sounds.
Do it. Let's go.
All right,
Let's
so
see
the short sword damage 8 plus 3 bonus damage from my proficiency bonus through the Hexblade Curse. Wait, hold on. Was the first one? Shit, I didn't mean to hit that again. I rolled what? Oh, an 18. Say I crit on a 19 or 20 right now, but that was an 18. Okay, fun. Okay, so 8 plus 3 plus a D8 plus 6. That plus that is going to wind up being, let's see here. So that's the 8 from that, 11, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. Oh my god! 23, 24. What are the odds? I just
But-
rolled 3 1s in my damage. That's insanity.
Doesn't that smite
Um,
have a save on it too? I think.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna get
so
to that, but he's
does-
rolling me
I
the
was
damage
trying to
first.
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. Okay, sorry.
Oh, yeah, and sorry, there we go, that's what I was forgetting. The actual smite. So using up that
Wait,
last...
was that not the 2d6?
No, that was from the spell that I cast as my bonus last time. Thunderous Smite. So I'm smiting on top of that.
No,
So
that
that's
is
the-
smite. Thunderous
No, there's
smite.
2 different smites. Thunderous
Hang-
Smite is a spell, and then Smite is the Paladin ability, is it not?
Yeah.
Hang on. Just hold on, please.
Holding.
Hold on. I will be right back.
I was trying to stack as much as I could in a single hit. This was my goal.
We
Because
just leave the call.
Thunderous Spite was
Maddie
done last turn, so
More than
you
likely
haven't
going to talk
cast a
to Cap
Spite
about it.
this
Yep.
turn. I don't know if that
Exactly.
works, but it's worth checking out. Panic DM face go.
You can stack it. Go ahead and give me that other damage.
Fantastic. There we go. An additional 9, bringing that up to 33. Huzzah.
Loving God.
And then it does... let's see here. Okay, so this room is just ringing with thunder now, because that was audible to everything within 300 feet.
Yep, everybody's ears are ringing. Oh, Sasha, can
And
you give me a
then
con save,
you
please?
have to succeed
Con
on a
save?
strength
Mhm.
saving throw or
Yep.
be pushed 10 feet away and knocked prone.
Well, you can't push them 10 feet away because you would push
I
them
can
directly
knock
into
you
Monarch.
prone, though.
You
It's an
can.
18 on the dice.
Yes.
Okay, Sasha, you're good. Your ears are not ringing so bad that you're just gonna go into a rage.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
So
So,
she needs a strength save?
strength save.
I rolled a nat 1.
Cool. So you're
Oh,
now prone.
Jesus.
Yep.
And then let's see here. There we go. Oh yeah, and let's see here. You're poisoned because of the poison strike.
There's no save for that?
The next time you hit a target with the attack using that weapon or ammunition, the target takes poison damage immediately after the attack. The poison lasts for 1 minute. Cool. Oh, and some of that was radiant
so
damage.
The poison lasts for a minute on your weapon.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that's good to know.
Because if you were applying poison to somebody, it would be the poisoned condition. But you can
Gotcha.
still deal poison damage without the condition.
Gotcha. That checks out. Does
Sorry,
any
I
of that
was
being
like, hang
radiant
on, I
damage
feel like
make a difference?
hang on, let me double check, but I think not. These are my bad guys. You think I can remember? Yeah, no, we're good. You haven't hit,
Oh, okay.
they don't seem to have any vulnerabilities, just resistance and immunities.
Okay.
But she's prone, so,
Cool.
Anything else, Karaseth, before...
No, that's gonna be my turn, and I'm just gonna kind of loom down over them.
Oh, that's terrifying. Fred!
Well, as the elf gets out of the pit, I am going to fire at them with my crossbow. And 10 will not probably hit.
No. So sorry.
Well, and then she's just going to kind of back up even a little bit more.
Are you running?
Nope, just
Orion.
going in a better position. Hi, Squishy. Of course I'm getting out of the way.
Otter?
Yep, I'm here. It's really not a whole lot exciting here.
Hit him with some brain damage.
I guess I'm just going to. Oh, hold on. Okay. I have enough brain power to think of this. I am going to try and shoulder them back into the pit as I move by. And I think that's, an opposed something? I can't remember off the top of my head.
You're trying to shove him, so it would be an athletics check for you, dear.
Woo! Okay, we're bad at those, but let's see what happens. Okay, that is athletics with a +0. That is an 18.
Is that an 18 after your portent, or is it 18 on its own?
Nope. I used my 18. I only have a 16 left for my portent. That is just me.
Okay.
So
I had to ask.
Yep. Nope. It's a good clarification. 5, 10, 15. So 15 puts me up to where they are. Does that succeed in pushing them back?
Well, we're gonna find out, because that's an opposing athletics check from him.
Yep.
Yes, because that's another nat 20.
That's fine.
As you pass by, he kind of grabs a hold of your wrist. Or as you pass by, he grabs a hold of your wrist. And just grins at you.
That's cool. If he's trying to grab me, there's 5 of me. So good luck.
Yeah. Like, it's one of those, like, he is attempting to grab, but, like, I'm not doing it to try and, like, get rid of mirror image. He's just doing it to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like, you tried to shoulder check me, and I'm not going anywhere, bitch. Sasha.
Yeah. Technically, I'd be flanking for this one, right?
Yes, you're flanking for Jordan.
Perfect. I will throw one at one and then one at the other. So, like, I'm gonna hit Jordan and then I'm gonna hit the little one that I've been hitting. So that's okay.
Do it.
Where? Okay. That's an at 20.
No, it's not.
It is.
No.
Yeah. Hey, how does question. Divine Smite in this? No? Is that a no?
It's a class ability, so yes.
You stole my heart. Okay. I'll take it. I mean, I'm
Because-
not gonna do that much damage. I don't do that as much damage. I don't do as that much.
Me neither.
I don't do
That
as much
much?
damage.
Me
my
neither,
longsword.
Karasef. How much damage did you just do?
33 points in one shot at level 6.
I mean, if everything had maxed out, it would have been 58.
Yeah, I know.
It's a dirty 20. Sorry. I was staring at something and I was like considering how bad I was at English. What is it's been a long week. I brought up divine damage earlier. I brought up this earlier. That's divine sense. That's not
A
what
divine smite?
Yeah, I got it.
Here.
2d8 for a first level. Okay. Your turn. You're so helpful. Thank you.
And this is why it's good to have 2 paladins in the party, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect. And you know what? I have used those. So just the first level spell. Okay. Plus extra 2d8 for first level spell slot, plus 1d8 for each that. So that's 4. Plus those 2. never remember what a D8 looks like. I apologize.
The diamond.
Sometimes
with
I look
8
at my dice
sides.
and 2 of them look like diamonds. Shut up. Get the fuck out of my house.
It would be the 8-sided diamond, if that helps.
Right? This one's just flat damage, right? Okay. That's so
Quentin's gonna fucking rage quit on me here.
I
swear to
am
God.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19.
So just to double check, you did double your smite dice, yeah?
Yeah, it's 2d8. Oh,
Not because I want you to, like, do major damage to my boss here, but...
33.
Jesus, fuck. Alright, Karasef!
So that's for Jordan. Now just for the little one, because she gets baby damage this time. 8.
8 damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
8 for the little one, 33 for Jordan. Right? That's his name?
Fantastic. Yes.
Delicious. Perfect.
Thank you for remembering the name of my dad guy.
You're welcome. Well, I gotta remember something to put on his gravestone, right?
Yes, you are 100% correct. Otter.
Yep.
With the weaving and wavering images of your body as he is trying to grab your wrist, he is kind of just full of, you know what? No, fuck that. This guy may not even be real. I wouldn't know. I'm not the one that put him in the pit. So he is actually going to walk away from you and go after Fred, who was his original target.
I will bonk him with stick then.
Do it.
Because that's all I can do.
Fred, I don't mind that you're backing off because of, being the squishy one, but you're also moving away from everyone that can help you.
Come on, I named you Stick. You can do it. With a +3, that's a 19.
19 is good.
Woo!
Which is actually the first amount of damage this motherfucker's taken.
Other than emotional damage.
Other than emotional damage.
For the 6 damage. Just a wee bonk.
Okay. But bonked nonetheless. Fred. That is a 24 to hit.
I gotta do math. Second. Yeah, that'll hit.
You are going to take 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
12.
You are now poisoned for an hour.
No, I'm not.
You're
I'm immune.
to the poisoned condition?
Handrak resistance. Immunity to poison.
Immunity to poison damage, Mom, not the poisoned condition.
Thank you. I don't know the difference, but okay. Thanks.
So if you are poisoned, please hold.
Hey, hey Fred, how about that saving roll is a 16? I'd rather you not be poisoned back there. So 16 plus your modifier.
Is giving your portent roll a reaction?
Which I have not used this round.
But you did
hold on.
when you did the attack of opportunity.
Hold on. Oh, that you might be correct. Let me double check. Wee woo.
Oh, well, he's checking. What's the difference between what's a poison condition then?
So the poisoned condition means you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Basically, it makes it hard to focus.
Thank you. That's what I needed to know.
It's a class ability. It does not specify. It says you can replace any attack roll, saving throw, or ability check made by you or a creature that you can see with one of the foretelling rolls. You must choose to do so. And you can replace once per turn. So it doesn't say it uses a reaction, only that I can use a portent once per turn.
That seems weird that it wouldn't cost something, but rules is written.
And it's 16 plus my modifier then, is that what you said?
Yes.
Yep. So it'd be, what,
That makes
plus
it 19.
6?
Okay.
My constitution, yes, 6.
Well, your constitution save is higher, because you've got, what, a plus 6 to it?
Yep. So then I'm not.
You're not poisoned. Sasha, 21 to hit.
Yes.
That is 3 piercing and 19 poison, halved to 1 and 9. Nathan is gonna go to town.
Because I took damage, does my constitution fail for keeping him enlarged?
Maybe you should give me a constitution saving throw for your concentration.
11.
You're still good.
Okay.
Alright. Jordan is now unsure as to which one he uses more of a threat. Nathan or the giant wolf creature standing behind him. Because they're both dealing ridiculous amounts of damage. Sasha, does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
How much HP do you have left?
17.
Okay. This is magical damage and is a total of 17, dear. Monarch, you hear the large thump of a large body hitting the ground.
Okay, well, I need to take out this one in front of me. Did I lose the enlarged?
No, you still have it.
Okay. We got a miss and a crit.
Yep. Crit is good.
Crit is great.
Want to roll another d4? All damage dice are doubled.
Oh, okay. So 27 damage.
Perfect. She's going to spend half of her movement to get back up to her feet. She's none too impressed with you, Karasov.
She's okay. Well, I'm just gonna continue what I've been doing, and I mean, wailing at them with the short sword certainly seems to be effective, as shown. That's another 27.
Sure. Can I do my damage first?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you had said it was
No,
my turn.
no.
My apologies.
She's none too impressed with you as she starts swinging at you.
Oh, she got up already? She used her action to no longer be prone?
Half her movement to get up to her
Oh.
feet from being prone.
Gotcha. My bad.
How's a 24 to hit?
Oh yeah, that hits.
14 slashing. Are you still standing?
I am still standing.
God damn it. Now you can do your 27 to hit, which is good.
Cool. Sorry about that. I totally messed that order up.
All good.
So that winds up, I think, being 10 damage.
Yeah, I would suppose so.
All my other stuff except for the the channel divinity only triggers the next time the poison strike only triggers the next time I hit,
once.
which is already done. Yeah. But the Hexblade curse is
still active.
So long as they're on it.
Yep. Anything
Cool.
else, Karisov?
No. No, I think that's gonna be that.
Fantastic. Fred.
Hmm?
This ranger elf is coming for your ass.
So I'm going to turn and
But Sasha is down. Or what you know has been summoned by Sasha is down.
okay. I'm still firing the magic missile at the guy who's coming after me.
Okay.
I have no healing spells. There's nothing I can do.
You didn't even take healing word.
No.
Oh wait, shit, you're a sorcerer, not a bard. This is what happens when you play the same character twice! Your fault!
No.
Anything else?
No, but now she's going to... I'm moving up towards here.
Okay. Orion.
I suppose we can bring Kitchen in as an emergency. Let him shoot off a healing spell.
He did say if anybody wants to play him, they can.
I understand. Don't worry. I have a plan for this. Orion, what are you doing?
There's not a whole lot I can do right now. I'm going to try and help this weird barkeep that has joined us down here. And we will attempt to cast Hideous Laughter on this fella.
On the small one or the big one?
Small one.
Okay. Succeed on a wisdom save or be thrown. Okay. She passes.
And seeing as my visage is upsetting this weird fella, I'm gonna kind of move myself towards their space, but not getting within melee with them.
Okay. Sasha, please give me a death saving throw.
16.
Fantastic. That is one success. Fred.
Yeah?
You have another problem.
Okay.
And by another problem, I mean you watch as this ranger elf takes a running leap over the pit to land next to you. You didn't think that you were going to get away, did you? You've led me on a merry little chase, but it ends now. Oh, no, it doesn't, because I missed you twice. I rolled a 6 and a 7. This man talks a big game. Nothing to follow it up with. She's gonna step out. Let's see. Oh, Otter, my dear. Well, she's going to fire Ray of Sickness at you, and it's not actually gonna hit anything, because I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Alright, Sasha.
Yes.
Ready?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Does Sasha revert when they get dropped, or are they still
No.
dog form?
No, they are still, because they're not dead.
Okay.
They're just down. Sasha, you get 19 healing back.
Okay.
As a bonus action. Nathan once again injures himself to give you a chance at life. Pretty sure that he's going to die by doing so. But then he's going to swing for broke, so who knows. He gets both of those. Oh shit, he might actually do it. Hell yeah. As Nathan swings, after healing you, Sasha, he seems to find the broken parts of Jourdain's armor and just tears into him. And, basically just tears his armor apart to get at the flesh beneath until this man falls. And he stands there, leaning against his saw cleaver, panting. Monric.
2 swings.
Do it up. Both are good.
And both need to be re-rolled. So 12 plus 8 is 20. Plus 25.
Monric, how would you like to do this?
Nice.
I'm gonna low sweep her leg and then come around and just crush the back of her neck.
Okay. Before she even has a chance to realize that her brother has been felled in combat, you have taken her out as well. And just for the sake of time, because it is 10:15, and I know for a fact you guys are going to walk away with a victory here. Everything in the room seems to come to a standstill. Those that are enemies, sort of freeze in place as this entire area is shrouded in a twilight-like darkness. From the shadows steps a man dressed in raggedy clothing. A hat pulled low over his eyes. And as he steps forward, you watch as he moves with the grace of somebody who's been fighting for a very long time. And as he gets closer, his clothing changes until it is clothing you have seen before. Black robes, gold armor, and a large scythe in his hand. This isn't exactly the god Thanatos whom you met at the wedding, but it is one of his shades. And the two souls, visible now because he wills it, hover above the two dead bodies. And he says, lowly but loud enough that everybody can hear, I am the righteous hand of Thanatos, and I am the devil that you forgot. I said I was coming back for you, and that I was bringing hell with me. And then he gestures to you guys, because in all technicality, you were contracted by hell. And he collects both souls. And what you hear... Sorry, I actually had this written down. Where did it go? Oh, come on, I had this whole thing.
Told you weren't going to win.
Well, I know I wrote it down. I don't know where I put it. This death will be the kindest that you will ever experience. From now until the day that your soul has been rended to the pieces in which it was made, you will die for every innocent soul you killed, for every soul that you have left and taken and consumed for your own nefarious deeds. Your afterlife is forfeit, and Erebus can't save you now. And the rest of you, and he turns to look at the two still alive, your time will come. No amount of penance will clear the deeds that you have done here. And in a flash, those souls are gone, and so is the Shade of Thanatos. Matter of fact, the two that were standing before you still alive have fallen to their knees, husks of their original form.
Told you so.
Wow, Fred, really? Told you so?
Yep.
All right.
She's upset. They hurt Orion.
And when we get back next week, we will deal with the aftermath because somebody, A, needs to go get his armor back, and B, was told about a nice little secret room that has some good weapons. So when we get back next week, we will handle that, as well as whatever is left in this town. If they think they're done here, well, they're sadly mistaken. This was just the tip of the iceberg. So come back and join us next week as we venture on once more into the world of Vayax and continue doing some of the gods' bidding. We are still on the tail end of the pandemic, guys, so please remember to wash your hands, wear a mask if you feel that it is required. So if you're not feeling well, wear one. Even if you're not, maybe you should probably still wear one. Wash your hands, sanitize as you can, social distance, be kind to one another, and remember, roar for initiative. Have a good night, guys.